Hello and welcome to Factorio with me, Skuzz. And today we're going to be carrying on with our complex here. We have completed everything, um, and it has been running very smoothly. Have been a couple of hiccups. Um, if you hear any loud noises, I've set up alarms on all the belts, basically testing the throughput. And if there's any issues, there is a sounding. I can show you one here. So we're going to break that quickly. So it will give me a warning that there's a problem. So the first one is alarm deals with if there's no traffic at all. It's the slightly louder alarm. Let's see if we can demonstrate the other one. It might take a little while for that to come in. Let's just take off some more. So the one is just deals with, so the allowed one deals with if there's no traffic. And then the slightly other tone, that one just warns me that the belt is not running efficiently or full. So I've had those on all the spots. So I can quickly show you some of the tweaks. So I've spread that a bit further to the gears, so I can pull from both sides. And then on all the belts here, what I've done is, what was happening in the past is all of this was just put on one side, and this was put on the other side, and then I just had them going straight in to feed the other half. And there were still some gaps forming. So what I've done on all the sciences, halfway along, I've basically told it to dump as many as it can onto the inside to allow the other half to make sure they have uninterrupted place downs, and then I've done it as a merge there. That's helped quite a lot across all of them. I was having the alarms going off quite frequently, surprisingly. Belts had a bit of a rework. All I did is, again, I actually shifted them over to allow the factory to feed from both sides, not just the one like we have over here by the purple. So again, on all the signs, there's the little, zoom in on there, there's the little switch just to help out. And then I've just done some balancing on some of them. And then one of the big ones I did was down here. So there's a belt balancing. That did help. I changed the end here. It was pumping out just not enough. Well, I wouldn't say just enough. It was pushing out 35 and it needs 33, but I think there was just some inefficiencies. So all I've done is added in a second one. I know it doesn't run 100%, but between the two, it basically allows me to put 6 these down. It just fills the belt a little bit better than having just the one doing it. And then, yeah, similarly, halfway through, I've basically just split out some of this input onto a different belt running on the inside. It just gives the other furnaces a chance. Otherwise, what seems to happen is they leave a few gaps when they shouldn't. Otherwise, everything else is pretty much the same. If we hear any noises, we will go double check. With regards to all of this is basically everything is filled up, but this is our test environment, so it is okay. These are still running half. It's 2 trains still. I'm definitely not going to add a third. That runs fairly efficiently. You'll see this has changed on these 2 a little bit. All I've done is move the main balancer that was there. I've moved it to the top and put in the 16 by 16 balancer, because what was happening is the one side would actually use up resources faster than the other, and it was causing a bit of an imbalance in the offloading. So then this is one of the reasons why I actually did logistics on the trains, because what was happening is these first 4 cars or 3 cars, they were going into just this balancer, so it was an 8 to 7, and this side is also an 8 to 7, but this was being used faster than this side. And what happened is the first 3-4 cars this area would empty, and this is still offloading. And then what happens is this runs out of resources, but because this is slower, this is still offloading, and therefore the train doesn't move, and we get stuck with this block running out of resources. You can see a little bit of it happening here. There's some gaps forming as it runs out, but this is just a very slow rebalance. I mean, all of these are full, and we can see, I mean, there's an empty one, but that will take time. So that's why I put in the balancer, just so in case it just splits it more evenly across that. And the same thing over here, it just splits it across a bit better and keeps that in balance. And the other change, this was also, it actually had just 1 belt less. And what I've done is I've put a full 16 balancer in, and the extra line is actually being used. Let's just go view the map over here. This one was a shared line on 1 belt, and I've basically just given it a dedicated one. We had an extra belt, so I did that, and same with the copper. Remember, it was only a 32 to a 33 one. This last one wasn't being used. So what I've done with that last one is I've just brought it in over here, and it's coming, half of it's going there along the top, and the other half is coming in along the bottom here, and that feeds right through to here. So it's basically just supplementing the end bit here. So some of it's going in there, and the other bit's connecting over here. Basically just one, it's because it's placed on the bottom, it fills the belt before these, which means some of this copper stays behind, and this belt stays basically, you could say, more full than if it was dumping it all straight away, which has helped the circuits a little bit better. So as you can hear, if you haven't heard, it's been very quiet. There's no alarms going off. It was actually just after the previous episode. There were quite a few alarms going off. I'm still in map mode. What I'll do to give you a demonstration of that, I'm just going to suck up a couple of resources. Yeah, and we'll hear the effect of that just now as it filters through to all the assemblers and things. Okay, let's just empty this out. that's nonsense. Okay, so while we've had some distraction on that, let us head into what we are actually doing in this episode. So we're going to be building out our research, and I'm going to be doing it in the center here. So let's just copy a little bit of that, and we're going to be doing a build using cars as the carrier. I don't have any research things on me, so let's just grab a few and let's put it on my bar here. Alright, so let us just put a couple of these down. Yeah, I know, I'm gonna have to just grab a few more of you. Right. And we are going to be making use of yellow belts. We haven't seen the likes of you in a while. That's just to have the cars move rather slowly. So we need to offload these guys. Let's put you on that side. You there, and you're going to probably need one more in front. Okay, so let's get in our inserters. So we're going to be using the red guys. We haven't seen them in a while either. Let's get the red ones out. So let's go. So red is like this. And the other side is going to be our blue inserters. Now you'll see it is off. So we're going to be using, let's see, I don't have any cars. Oops. So the idea is going to be this. So the car is going to move along the belt. And he is going to be holding our materials. We need to make sure we assign dedicated spaces so it doesn't fill up on one too many, and we need a dead resource on the bottom. So it'll fill up with a specific amount. So it doesn't fill up more on one than the other. And we'll have to copy this across the entire thing. Now obviously when we move this, we can't save this as a blueprint, unfortunately, like we can with the trains. So when we put it in the real world, we'll just have to redo that bit. So these will feed off there. It doesn't feed directly off the belt. It feeds just off this line there. So electricity becomes interesting. Because let's see if it will interfere. Let's take the big pole, put it there. Let's take you, put you here. I just want to make sure it doesn't get blocked by this thing. No, it does not. Perfect. Oops. Okay, so we're going to make use of you. Let's give you some light. And copy. Okay, how far can I go? There. Okay, so everything else in between here is good. I think that should be fine, and that's all powered up. paste this. Could be difficult to make this a tileable thing. Where's that? There. And then we're gonna do. Okay, let's take that out. Just keep that. That, and we're going to rotate it, put it there, and it looks like we're a little bit close. Let's take the whole thing and just fit it a little bit better. Okay, so, oh, we shouldn't have done that. Okay, we'll have to redo the car. We're going to fit a lot of these things in, so let's get this lined up in, and then we'll do all the work in the middle. So the idea is for 200 of these things. Per side. 200, look at that. Okay. Out of range, so now we're going to bring the cars out, turn around and back in, and then in order to help the cars move we have to put a blockade there. So that's that. I'm going to make a copy, rotate, and for now we're just going to put it there. It's very close those lines. I might have to move this whole thing down a bit, and let's try and get it a little bit more centralized. Okay, that looks okay. Power, where are you getting power from? Okay, you're making a connection there. I'm just going to help the power jump. Okay, and this is 200 on this side. So that's 400 of these guys all together. Okay, so let's join the two sides. And now we've got some work to do in the middle. So the rest can be our normal belt. So we're going to have an item coming in. I think there are 4 items on this side. No, this is 3. Okay, 3, and there'll be 4 the other side. So you're going to come in. Let's just cut you back a little bit. And this is going to fast load into the car. Like this. We need to leave the space so it puts it into the car without putting it onto the belt. Okay, and we're going to create temporary holds for each of the items. Take that back a bit. And we're going to have to put into it, and that's going to require a balancer. Okay. Yeah, so we do this because half of it is going to jump across. It's a matter of just seeing how far I can push you. Can I go from there to there? Oh, no. Okay, from there to there is fine. And this just does a little turn. Okay, so let's copy you to there. Right. Oh, and we're going to need, obviously, some power poles on this. get our power transmitting across like that. Okay, so that's going to dump it in. Now, in order to get it onto the car needs to wait. It needs to not move. So what we're going to do is use the belts for this. Okay, like that. And we're going to add another one out here, just as an extra holding point, so that we can put in our car, at least one, and basically it will hold. Okay, let's just fix all of this. And what we're also going to do is give the car just some fuel, and the only reason to do that is to get rid of that flashing. Okay, so let's populate this thing again. So basically the cars are going to come here, pick up, and then they take around. It works pretty cool. It's definitely a lot easier than the having multiple belts. Okay, so we're going to put... Okay, so this is going to be a request a chest. You are going to request fuel. We only ever want you to have one box, but for now you're going to be receiving it from one of these. And obviously we'll have to put in RoboPort stuff to deal with that. Right, so now let us make a copy of this. I'll make a copy of the whole thing. Rotate it, and I'm going to do on this side there. Copy that, put it there. Now we've made a mistake here. I'll put it too close, and you'll see it's actually dumped it onto the belt itself. I can't do anything there because it's actually going to pick up the car. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and we connect you up, so that's all connected. Okay, so for some reason I don't have a lot of space there. This is not in line. Why are you not? Did I copy that wrong? Sorry guys, that will drive me absolutely bonkers. So I'm just going to cut you and just reload you there. There we go. And the same thing here. Right, this is where I need everything lined up. Okay, so let us actually get our resources coming into the system now. So no more are they just being somewhat deleted. They are actually going to be used. Okay, copy that. And now we go fetch red, green. Mr. Power Pole, you have to get in the way. let's do the bottom ones. Deleted all those resources and I actually haven't heard those alarms that I said listen out for. Don't know if any of you guys have heard it, but I certainly seem to have missed it. Alright. So that is now flowing. And filling up all that stuff. So what now? Well, what now is we've got to get this car actually moving. So the way we're going to do that, we're going to build a little track. We're going to connect this to that track, and we're going to connect those two halves together so everyone's talking to the same track. This is going to read the belt and pulse every time it ticks. And then what we're going to do is we're going to drop a train on it. That's right. Or it can be any object. And you'll see it generates a pulse every time it goes. So now on here, we basically have to tell it to open when it reads anything. You need to be sending I'm trying to remember. So let's just say equal to 1. Yeah, okay, so then we copy that across. Can't. This car. Okay, let's put in a second car. I'm going to copy all that info across. Put you over there. Let's just change that to hold. Yeah, there we go. So basically, when that passes through that point, it allows all the traffic to move, and now he's got a collection of things, and all of this will now take off of him. So that is this idea. So let us do that. Let's get ourselves 40 cars. And I need to just get rid of extra stuff. That I don't need. Just so we got space for 40 cars. So 39, I've got 40 on me. Let's get rid of you. Okay, so we are basically going to put all the cars out. Okay, let's go track down the car we do have. Where are you? Still over there, that's fine. just want to copy your program. No, missed it. So you'll see there it was going to bounce and help it change direction. Okay, so we're going to copy the program across everybody. And we're going to fix the track. So the first one they stop at is just going to help them load up the fuel and give the cars a bit of space to move between the two. So there we have it. Now, what's interesting with this is if we feel it's not loading enough, fast enough, so let's have a look at our existing car. Everything he did load is gone. So he's not picking up enough, which means he needs to basically wait longer at each point here. So what we're going to do is just make this a little bit bigger. So it takes a little longer for that to go around, and therefore the cars actually wait a little longer at each point. So he's only carrying science, and he'll pick up the other half there. So let's see how many they actually pick up. So it's about 5. So that's picked up quite a bit. No, it's all a matter of how much that offloads as we go around. Obviously the guys that have won't get again. So I think that frequency is okay. So our first car, see, he's picked up quite a few of the new things. And no alarms, which is pretty cool. Let's do a bit of a more of a dent. Happens on the was happening on here quite a bit on the space science. Let's see if we dent it there. I have to dent it quite a bit. There we go. So hopefully we shouldn't hear a lot of that at all. And the way this alarm, let me show you how this is actually set up. So it's just read the contents and repeat the signal while there's an issue. Then here is just checking, is there a signal or is there contents? So because it's reading the contents. So you'll see in the little window there, input signal is 8. And then on here, we check as long as we're receiving a 1, nothing happens. Otherwise, play alarm, and then it can display this message, custom message. It's the first time I've actually used the speakers. So you can hear it's still beeping away because of the issue we did there, and yeah, but it settles down. So let's see, how are we doing? Okay, almost all the cars are gone, and we can see them circling there. And our first car is slowly, how full is he? He's about to empty, but that's why we also have multiple cars. Okay, so the thing to watch out for later on is if these belts stop moving, that means one, we need more cars to absorb more materials, or if the cars are actually fairly full, then we don't have enough science labs. So that is the concept of a belted car research system. It's not my own idea. I did see a similar design by KOS, and basically this is just a adaptation of that. I did use something in a previous game, a much smaller blueprint of this. This is what I created here, and it works very well. Normally what you would do is you wouldn't need to split it across two belts like this. You would actually just bring in that all together right here. But because of the size, I thought it's easier just doing it that way. So they might build up here because there's 4 stops versus only 3 stops. But I'd rather have them, that's why we did the extra ones. They stop there and don't pile up on here. So we just got to monitor that. If they don't move through quickly, all we do is shrink the timing on this belt. But there we go, guys. There is our beautiful final edition. So I'm going to blueprint this puppy. The only thing we haven't actually considered, I'm not doing yards on here, it's just where these guys join and go out will be decided on the main map. But where are we going to bring in our building station? So let's just check. I want to hook all these zones together. So let's quickly grab another RoboPort. And actually, it's not just that. We need to get this entire area within construction zones. So this is going to be interesting. Okay, so let us get this all built out, and then we'll also get the power poles in. Right, let's just see, can we stretch that any further? No. Oh, come on. There we go. So you're in, and you will have to stretch a little bit further. Okay, and you got power you can get from there. Okay, well, this can be moved over as long as it has some form of zone. Let's just make sure it stays lined up and connected. Okay, you are not connecting to anybody. Okay, and whoops. Yeah, come on. How do you not get in zoned? Okay, you get some power there. Might as well just hook you up there and you there. Okay, power, and you need power. Okay, that is all linked there. Oh, you got power? No. Now you do. That one's got power. Okay, let's go do these guys. These all need... Actually, let's get out of map mode and go do this way. Just manually hook it. Okay, that's fine. Let's get around the top. I also want to get into this, because this is what a problem I had with one of the builds. The construction zone didn't actually make it into the middle. Okay, here. Okay, but unfortunately these do need to be connected. So let's just... Whoa, okay, no, that's... that's not going to work that way. Thought I could drag it. Okay, let's get you all hooked up. Okay, if you're going to get power from there, that's great. We're going to have to break that connection. And this is just so all this zoning can actually be built out afterwards. Okay, so let's get... Everything just needs to be covered by the construction area. You can actually bring you down as long as you're within construction. It doesn't matter. And let's get you some power. Alright. You need to maintain. Still do need to maintain not logistics, but the connection between these guys does still need to exist. You connected. Alright. You can come, I was going to say within here. Yeah, okay. Let's just take you out quickly. Cool. Next spots. Right there. At least all this is staying powered up. Come on. Okay, down one, power up. Okay, let's just zoom out a bit. Okay, as long as everything's within green and all the patches are somehow connected to each other. So let's have a look at this little spot in here. Port. Now, what would make a difference actually is if we were using the level 2 system yet, but we haven't implemented that. Okay, so there. Okay, let's just take this along till it connects. You can actually just get power from here, can't you? Okay, there's a robot port there. Oh, this is going to be interesting if we can get this whole thing covered. I think we should manage it. Okay, the next section is somewhere over here. I've got a bit of a dead zone. Let's just get you connected to power. You can go, there's power there to connect you to. Come on. And how far over can we go? Oh, we need to get to there. Alrighty. There's one. Okay, we don't need the double there. Alright. It's all connected there. So it doesn't matter that there's no connection through to here. It's as long as there is a connection, that the brown is connected. What I'm gonna do, it's just I can't find a nice gap here. Okay, but there is still some missing things, so let's just get you into the picture. Okay. Drag. No, let's specifically put you in. Okay, and get you hooked onto power. Alright, but you are not connected to any network, so let's get that fixed. And we can get this fixed here. Something like that. And if we can transfer more power around, the better. Okay, I think that is covered in... No, we've got a gap. It shouldn't be. There's just a power issue. Okay. Yeesh. Okay. Where's you? There we go. Come on, as soon as you've got power, 12 lights up. There we go. Okay, everything is now within a build zone, and I can finally blueprint this. Look at the size of this blueprint, and we want everything. Okay, I'm not going to put the trains in because the trains are all over the place. We'll have to redo the trains. I suppose I could get all the trains in. Because all the existing trains are in use. Okay, so the way we're going to do that... okay, let's do it. Yeah, that'll break the route. So all the way out here, we just go snip. Oops. Okay, let's let you at least finish your task. There's no others that came out this station, no. Okay, I'm just going to break it there because I want the part that's in the build zone not to be broken. Cool. So all the trains will do their final stop and wait. No path, that's fine. It's a matter of getting this one. Let's just quickly break it. Did I catch it okay? Yes. Okay, so we're just going to wait for everyone to get their second train. Two, okay. Well, it looks like you are empty. We'll just wait for those few trains and then we can do the big blueprint. And then the next task is to, one, fit it somewhere in our base. We probably have to make space. And two, we're going to have to figure out how to get the resources in, which could require a minor rebuild or relocation of some of the resources. So there we go. I want names, train stops. And what are we going to do this? This is our science complex, and we're doing everything in here, smeltings or everything. So full science / research complex. Now also over here I just want to make sure we take out the stuff that is not appropriate, and there's no liquids, which is great. I wonder where I still had that active. A loader. Okay, I'll have to look for it. Well, I'm taking it out the blueprint, so it's not a problem. So create, and let's just put it in our book. So that's saved. So if we go to over here and now we go, just grab our lovely blueprint. Oops. And let's see how big it is. Look at the size of that compared to any other, even bigger than our smelting plant. Bigger than modules. Barely, actually. Modules is a huge build. It's as big as our starter base. So that's quite something. I'm actually surprised it's a little bit smaller than modules. Modules is also pretty big. So we got to figure out where. It's most likely going to go somewhere here. And then it's to figure out the trains and the routing of all of that. So thanks for joining. Let me know what you think of that science build and how we're going to go from here. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.